All right, so this next one we got the Rent-A-Girl author is weird.
Usual like Kobe. Ooh, worry about a hater that don't know me. He say that he tough, then that boy got
apparently a lot of people
Now, I
are ticked off at
just like many other people, have
apparently a lot of people are ticked off at the author because the manga's not going how they want it to go.
gone through many different phases in life, and a large portion of my phases come from what I was watching in media. I mean, I had a manga reading phase, a sports anime phase, a slice of life phase, a seinen phase, a shonen phase, the list goes on forever. When it comes to the Japanese animation medium, I have watched practically all over the place. But one of my most memorable phases comes from the 2020 lockdown during my very sad heartbroken era, was when I used to binge watch romance animes, and I don't want to hear any judgment. I was
Hey,
like
no
15.
judgment for me.
It was a fucking weird time in life. But it was fun watching these romance animes, even if some of them
fill
were
the hole in your
pretty
heart.
fucking weird. I'd still say I enjoyed a large portion of them, apart from one. Rent a Girlfriend. This anime was fucking dog shit. Not only is
Okay, I did. So I watched the first season, and then I thought it was like getting really good. So I started reading the manga. I didn't get very far in the manga just because he was really sending me. He was really MC was really pissing me off. He is the definition of a simp. So many weird manga slash animes out there, for real, for real. Yeah, I wouldn't dive too deep into trying to find any weird ones because you'll come across something you wish you hadn't seen or heard of. Oof.
Is this the worst romance anime? By a lot. I'd even go as far as to say this is some of the worst romance in all of media. Honestly, this was just fucking awful. Even in my I'll consume anything romance phase, I just could not stomach this. I remember season 1 was okay, season 2 just fell off a cliff, and then season 3 I didn't even fucking watch. And I don't even think I would need to because it's just more of the same shit. Now, the premise of the series isn't terrible, but I feel like it can only work if the characters are engaged.
I think the manga has like 400 chapters. It's crazy. Just imagine no romance development for 400 chapters. I could never read that. I
But these
would not be
lot,
able to handle that.
they're just not.
Yeah,
And
for real.
Kazuya is the
Just handhold for 400 chapters. That's the max. Oh man.
most pathetic excuse for a main character I've ever seen. The series starts off with him breaking up
It's
with his
supposed to be
girlfriend.
romance, then nah, for real. I kind of had like a little run where I was kind of reading romance manga that weren't anime. I came across a few that were like really good. They can be really good, but then they can also be like the ones with terrible romance development. Yeah.
And then to get over her, he goes on an
Either
app
or,
called
yeah.
Rental Girlfriend, where you can rent a girlfriend. You basically pay to go on a date, and then after the date is over, she fucks off, right? Like, that's the whole point of the app. But in the process, Kazuya falls in love with a rental girlfriend called Chizuru. But to her, it's just a job. She doesn't actually like the guy, she was just doing her job. But for anime plot reasons, they end up going to the same school, they end up hanging around the same people, they end up being neighbors. And for one season,
How
it's kind of funny,
convenient.
okay? It's kind of humorous, it's like, it's alright. But by season 2, it starts to drag its balls on the same fucking story. Kazuya goes on a date with Chizuru. Kazuya goes on a date with Chizuru. Kazuya tries to get into Chizuru's good books outside of rental dating. But she's not interested, so he has to continue to rental date. What is the fucking purpose of this show? And I'd say spoiler warning, but you can't possibly spoil this show because their relationship makes no progress from episode 1 to episode 24. 24 episodes of literally nothing. I know what a slow burner is, okay? Trust me, I'm a fan of Fairy Tail. I know what it is. This just isn't it. The stove isn't even on yet. And I could excuse the slow pace romance if there were other good qualities here, but there just isn't. The main character is the biggest loser in the entire series. The guy we as an audience spend the most time with, and is the character we're supposed to connect with the most, is so fucking annoying it makes the show unwatchable. And the author knows what he's doing. Like, there's no way you can write a character this obnoxious without knowing what you're doing. And I could excuse annoying main characters if they improve over time, but he just doesn't. He flops and stumbles around a girl who doesn't give a flying fuck about him. There is literally a portion in the anime where he goons and wanks to the idea of her getting fucked by another guy. This is the main character we're supposed to be rooting for. Really? Now, I haven't read the manga personally, so take this next part with a grain of salt. But apparently, in the manga, he gets her a new job, furthers her career, provides her a
Oh my god! Oh my god! That's downright cruel. Okay, listen. If a guy did all that for you, you could at least go like on a pity or thank you, like a few actual pity or thank you dates. I don't know. That's crazy. What a hoe, for real.
emotional support, and in total has spent over $250,000 on rental dates. He gets a wedding ring, which was passed down through his grandmother, and gives it to her. And after all that, in the latest chapter, which just came out, chapter 380, she has now just rejected him. Wow.
Seriously, that is crazy. That is crazy. What are her standards? 6 foot celebrity billionaire or something like that? I don't know.
Fucking wow. Is anyone actually a fan of this dog shit series? I mean, genuinely. Almost 400 chapters of literally nothing, and then she rejects him in the end. JJK, sit tight, buddy. Alright, you might actually be topped in terms of worst ending of
she wants those assholes.
All time. But listen, right? I'd like to say
she wants a bad boy.
And I thought to myself, how the fuck did this happen? How did a series so shit get even worse? There has to be some outside factors here. How does one even begin to write this garbage? Is this supposed to be a playbook on how to not get a girlfriend? Because if so, then I guess it was pretty decent.
Yeah, if so, that's like an A+ guy. Oh man.
Oh wow, who would have thought renting a girlfriend doesn't have a happy ending? Fucking shocking, that one. But it just doesn't make any sense. I mean, season 1 had a clear direction, there was a clear path the author was trying to take here. So what happened? Why did a decent...
See, that was the thing. Like, it was that moment right there when that ex was like bad-mouthing him, and then she stood up for him. I'm like, okay, wait, maybe he might be growing on her or something like that, you know? Maybe she, I mean, if you stand up for that, you know, or stand up for him, surely you have some sort of feeling, but apparently not.
Okay, series randomly turn into this will they, won't they, no they won't slop. Well, to answer that question, we're gonna need to turn to the author himself, Reiji Miyajima, a fairly decently talented mangaka with a few decent names under his belt. However, of course, his big break into the mainstream was Rent a Girlfriend, and was going great until he developed somewhat of an obsession with his own character. Yes. The reason why the main character will never get with the main girl is because the author is in love with the main girl. A while ago,
What? That guy belongs in VR chat. Send him to VR chat. Oh my god, the mental illness is ripe.
He tweeted, and I quote, "This girl is my beautiful girlfriend, and her name is Chizuru."
No way. He actually admitted that. Oh my god, he's cucking his MC. That is so weird. What the hell?
Mizuhara. She is a very kind girl, and she always forgives me in the end, even if she gets really mad at me afterwards. Okay, yeah, that's nice one, mate. And then he proceeds to draw her in various different locations, acting like he is on
I don't think I'd be able to even read past the first two for real. For real. Oh my word. This guy, he's gone off the deep end.
A date
my
with her.
word.
Here they're shopping together. Here they're waiting for a train together. Here they're on the train together. Here she is in his house sitting on his pillow. Here they're in the shrine together. Oh, look. She is standing in front of a giant love sign. Here she is waiting at his front door. Oh wait, now they're on a coffee date. And here she is in his fucking bed. Is it weird yet? When are we gonna draw the obsession line? Of course he's not gonna let his main character have her because he's obsessed with her himself. Not to mention that there is a life-size Chizuru which this man visits frequently, and he also owns one himself which he constantly takes pictures of.
This is beyond bizarre. This is lunacy. An author falling in love with a character that he created that's not even the MC? What? If you're in love with her, just imagine yourself as the MC. Oh my word. That's so weird. For real.
Of her shoulders and legs. I don't know what the fuck is going on there. She is just absolutely littered all over this guy's account. He's even drawn her in his own shower and illustrations of her underwear on his floor. Yeah, it's getting fucking weird, mate. There's like in your own OC, and then there's this. This is just a little bit too far, mate. He is literally making his own main character suffer for the sake of his own fantasies. God, no wonder this anime is so fucking weird. Just look at what the author is doing. And it's no wonder they're never gonna get together. Just look at what the author is doing. Good lord, I know it's your job to be an artist, but this is getting kind of weird, man. Making illustrations, I get. You know, making drawings of your own characters, I get. But calling her your girlfriend and drawing her in your house on dates and in your shower, a little bit weird. And your story is suffering because of it. For
little bit weird, that's really weird. Who does that?
100 chapters of nothing while he's literally on dates with the main character's main girl. Because that's gonna help the story. And the worst part is there are literally 4 other love interests the main character could go for, but instead he chooses the only one who doesn't want him back. Self-insert much, mate? I mean, in season 2, Ruka literally threw herself at this man and he said no because he prefers the girl
he probably got her to reject him since it started cheating. For real. For real. Next thing you know, he's gonna start drawing himself in the manga. And he's gonna be the boyfriend. He's gonna make the MC the cuck. Oh.
he has to pay for. And now I guess it kind of makes sense. I mean, the author would literally do the same himself. What an absolute freak. And of course, people all over the internet are clowning this, and rightfully so. How the fuck are you gonna make a romance manga for 400 chapters and have her reject him in the end? That is the worst spit in the face to anyone who was genuinely enjoying this garbage.
That's some clown shit. That's like the ultimate, what do you call it? Rickroll. Ultimate Rickroll. Seriously. Get a reader to read 380 chapters. And right when you think it's paid off, nah, sorry, I ain't into you like that. Oh, that'd be... I'm so glad I didn't read that. So glad I didn't read that.
It's almost like he was punishing you for reading another man with his girlfriend. But oh well, mangaka's being absolutely fucking insane. In other news, grass is green. People are already making their predictions on how this story is gonna end, and I'm gonna be honest, my money's on this one. Okay, it's gonna be this. Reggie marries Chizuru and Kazuya fucking goons in the corner. I wouldn't even be surprised if he's already fucking drawn that. I mean, honestly, we should have already seen the signs. I mean, he's been like this for years, so this being how the series ends shouldn't be surprising to anyone. But anyways, guys, this is in fact the end of the video, and if you liked, please leave a like, and if you didn't, then feel free to degrade me in the comments. And if you made it this far into the end of the video and you aren't subscribed yet, then I'm not gonna say it twice. Subscribe now. But with all that said, all my links and socials are in the description. Feel free to follow me on anything. I hope you guys did enjoy the video. But until next time, make sure to drink your water and get enough sleep at night. Okay, goodbye.
Street car people in this world. So interesting.